that intro music. I was kind of having a little dance party here while that was going on. Welcome to our webinar Wednesday. My name is Sean Franklin. My pronouns are he, him, and his, and I am the manager of the Stakeholder Engagement Center here at NGLCC. Today's program is to learn more about Capital One's Catapult program, an intensive 7-month transformational journey designed to enable diverse-owned companies to innovate and disrupt within their businesses and ultimately their industry. Telling us more about the program and to answer questions, we have Claire Larkin, Catapult's program manager. Claire is a graduate from the University of South Carolina with a background in various industries. Claire has been working in supply diversity for 3 years and is passionate about creating a more equitable world. Her favorite part about the job is seeing businesses grow and develop through Capital One's programming. Claire lives in Richmond, Virginia, with her husband and 2 cats and enjoys music, reading, and traveling. So Claire, take it away and let us know more about Catapult.
Thank you so much, Sean and Jonathan. I love that intro as well. I was dancing a little bit. It was getting me excited. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Claire Larkin and my pronouns are she, her. And today I am going to tell you a little bit about the Catapult program. So I'll go ahead and share my screen from here.
It is all yours, Claire.
Awesome. All right, so we are now in our, this will be our 6th cohort of the Catapult program, which is crazy to think about. I've been with Catapult since the 3rd cohort, but just wanted to tell y'all a little bit about our supplier diversity program before we go into the Catapult program itself. So Capital One's supplier diversity program, our goals are really focused on increasing spend with diverse suppliers, developing diverse suppliers, and also creating awareness of the supplier diversity program internally and externally. We are committing to using diverse suppliers at any given opportunity and also developing them as suppliers for other companies, which is what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today. And so we're going to watch a video about the Catapult program before I dive into the specifics.
This is Catapult. Access to digitally oriented innovation experts, multiple sessions with Capital One leaders, top technology and digital talent, and industry leaders in design thinking, strategic measurement, digital foundations, and more. An accelerated learning journey to a destination of innovation, disruption, and development for you, your business, and your employees.
Are you ready? Ready to invest in yourself, your business, and your future? Ready to take not just the next step, but a giant leap forward to tackle a current challenge you're facing? Ready to work with a personal business advisor and engage in one-on-one sessions with subject matter experts across a spectrum of technical, business, and professional development topics? You'll be given the tools to develop an innovative, technology-driven solution to a specific business challenge over a 7-month period. Your Catapult journey culminates in a pitch session held at our corporate headquarters near Washington, D.C. You'll have 10 minutes to present to our panel, taking them through your Catapult journey and presenting the solution you've developed to address your business challenge. The panel will award a cash grant to the business with the most compelling pitch.
All it takes to get started is for you to create a 1-minute video telling us why you should be part of the next Catapult program. If you think you're ready for Catapult, we want to hear from you. To get information on program details, learn more about the application process, and see sample application videos, email us at catapult@capitalone.com or contact your national or regional diverse-owned business certifying organization.
This is your chance. This is your future. If you're ready for the journey, we're ready to help you get started.
This is Catapult.
All right, so just a little bit of a disclaimer there. That video was filmed before COVID, so that's why You didn't see any masks, and we are currently doing the program virtually, but that just tells you a little bit more about the program. So Catapult uses almost all Capital One resources to put on the program. Your instructors are going to be Capital One associates that are subject matter experts in their field. So for example, your marketing class will be taught by marketing associates from Capital One with all of our own content. When we do meet in person, we meet at the garage, which is our facility and innovation center in Plano, Texas. We will be meeting virtually until further notice. We don't have a date yet of when we'll be returning in person. But for those who are in the program, we would give you plenty of notice, as well as some sort of hybrid virtual option as well. So in 2022, these are the partners that we will be working with. So you can be from any certified diverse owned agency, which is really wonderful because we not only get differences in industries and what kind of businesses participate in the program, because we don't have any limitations surrounding that either. But we really get a diverse group from different backgrounds and perspectives as well. So the application is currently live, and I know Sean will be sending that out today. And it will be open until November 19th. We will let you know in early January, either way, if you have been accepted into the program or not. And then we will match you with an advisor who is in senior leadership at Capital One. The program will be going from February through June. So it's actually a 5-month program. That is something that we changed in the virtual format, with our kickoff on February 10th, and the pitch competition will be on June 3rd. Advisors will also hold video sessions with their businesses after each session. And that's just to kind of talk about what you learned, any ideas that you want to bounce off of them for your pitch, or anything else that they can help you with as you develop your solution. So we will be selecting 12 business participants who are focusing on building a digital solution to a business challenge that they're facing. So to apply, you'll fill out the application and submit a 60-second video describing your business challenge that you would like to solve for during the program and the proposed solution. This does not have to be anything like, you don't have to have an app built. It doesn't have to be anything like super fleshed out, because you're going to work on all that throughout the program. This can just be in the idea phase at this point. And oftentimes we find that people change it kind of once they go through the design thinking session during the program as well. And so as you saw at the video, at the end of Catapult, you will pitch your digital solution to a panel of judges, and the winner receives a cash grant that they can put towards implementing that solution that they developed during the program. So a little bit about the learning map that we have with Catapult. We'll start with courses surrounding getting into an innovative mindset. That's some new kind of brainstorming techniques and ways to kind of free yourself of those limiting beliefs that kind of block us from being creative and being innovative. Then we move on to design thinking, agile, and also then it gets into more technical stuff surrounding the technology engagement, such as working with cross-functional teams like a researcher, developer, designer, how to implement change within your organization. We've also added a legal course surrounding your intellectual property, trademarks, and patents, also marketing your business with brand positioning, marketing planning, and social media. And beyond just the classroom is really where we see a lot of the impacts of Catapult. So you will be able to have one-on-one meetings with subject matter experts from Capital One, and that we cover in areas like HR, financial, legal, product, agile, You'll also meet regularly with your advisor, like we covered. We also bring in a very successful CEO that leads a diverse-owned business to talk about kind of their experience. You can get them to get the chance to ask them questions. Also, a really big part of the program is networking with your fellow participants. And even in the virtual world, we'll build in time for that. So we have had participants that end up doing business together because they met through the program, or kind of just sharing ideas for their solutions. And someone in the program might have experience in this one area that they can then help with. So the networking with your fellow participants is a really big part of the program as well. So at the end, we have the pitch competition. This is how, when you identify your key business challenge, hone in on that. We do have a dedicated pitch session where we work on just how to build and deliver your pitch. And then you will get one-on-one practice time with a dedicated pitch coach. We will have a rehearsal before the pitch competition, and just make sure that you really feel prepared for that. And the participant that wins the pitch competition will receive a cash grant for their solution. So what are some of the requirements for the program? So we will be accepting 12 companies. And like I said, you can be from any industry. You can be from any diversity certification. You do have to have been in business a minimum of 3 years, have a minimum revenue of 500,000, but also less than 20 million, and be in need of solving a complex business challenge that you are facing. And this is just a screenshot from our virtual design thinking session that we had with our last cohort. So a lot of people, when they apply, they get really nervous about the video application submission piece, but you really shouldn't be. You can just film this on your smartphone. It does not have to be anything fancy. It does not have to be a big production. We really just want to see you talk to the camera about your business challenge and what you would like to develop or work on during Catapult. This video does need to be the person that will be participating in the program, which is a CEO, founder, partner, the person who is the diverse owner of the business. We also cannot accept videos from drives because our firewalls will block it. So we either need like a YouTube link, or you can do a password protected Vimeo as long as you give us the password with that. And be sure to have your video just around 60 seconds. Right. So here are some of the key program dates to keep in mind. We are accepting applications until November 19th, and then we'll notify participants or all applicants in January. We will kick off the program on February 10th, have our final class and pitch rehearsal May 19th and 20th, excuse me. And then we will have our pitch competition held on June 2nd. I hope we will be able to meet in person by then. If we do, it'll be at our headquarters in McLean. Otherwise, we will continue doing everything virtually, and we'll give you at least 2 months notice if we are changing to an in-person, and be accommodating for those if they don't feel comfortable. And so here are all of the class dates. This is just if you want to block your calendar until we notify the applicants. So I can go ahead and open it up to questions from there. I also have our Catapult Mailbox up on the screen as well. So I would love to hear what questions you have.
Thank you so much for that. We are going to open up we have both the chat and Q&A boxes open. Anyone that would like to chat, feel free to use the raise hand feature. We can call on you, turn on your mic and camera if you have any questions. We have dropped the email address into the chat there as well. And of course, in all of Sean's outstanding notes today, you'll get information and all of this recapped as well. And this will all be available online. Great. Sean, would you like to take the question in the Q&A box?
Sure. So the question is, do you work with tech startups? And if so, is there a link? Oh, it just disappeared on me. Is there a link to Capital One Ventures?
So we do have the minimum of being in business for 3 years. So depending on where you are in your startup phase, but we have those minimum 3 years of longevity and the minimum 500,000 of revenue. Let me see if I can find you the link to Ventures. All right, I'll go ahead and put this in the chat.
Awesome. Thanks, Claire.
Sure thing.
And the information did go out earlier this morning to the entire, all of our suppliers. So everyone should have it in their inbox. If you didn't receive it, please let me know and I can resend that information to you. I did have a question that came back once I received it, and they asked, I know there's, it's no expense to do the video and upload it, but they wanted to know, is there an expense once you're in the program?
What an experience?
An expense.
Oh, an expense. No. So the only expense that there would be your own travel and lodging expenses if we do go to the in-person format. We will offer some sort of hybrid option if you wanted to as well, if we move to an in-person format. But there is no expense to apply or no expense to participate. It would just be your travel costs.
Great, thank you. Another question, with the transferring of the video, would you guys accept WeTransfer links?
Usually WeTransfer and Dropbox will get blocked.
Okay.
So really the best way is if you have a password protected Vimeo or unlisted YouTube. So if a video is unlisted on YouTube, that means it won't show up in search, that only someone who has the link will be able to see it.
Great. Don't see any more questions. Does anyone else have any questions that's participating today?
And I'll put the link to the application in the chat as well. I know it was sent out, but just for quick access.
Thanks so much for that. Yes, please. Final call for questions. Use the chat box, use the Q&A box, raise your hand. Homing pigeon, we're here for you. We've got our expert on the line, so let's put her to good use.
And I'm also happy if anybody wanted to talk to someone who went through the program, just reach out to me at that email, catapult@capitalone.com, and I'm happy to connect you with a past participant as well.
Oh, that's great. I think, Sean and Claire, we may have all of our questions answered. I'm sure more will come up.
I guess I did a good job.
You did a great
job. You did a wonderful job.
Maureen asked how long the program's been around.
So we are in our 6th cohort. I want to say it's so that it started in 2017 because we're now doing 2 cohorts a year. So awesome. We started doing 1 cohort a year starting in 2017, and now we're doing 2 a year.
Fantastic. Is there a place to view all the past cohorts? Is it or some of the success stories or outcomes? We can also make sure that that's shared with folks so they know the kinds of companies who've gone through this.
Yeah, I have. So let me share our external site where we have a little bit more about the programs, but that is funny you mentioned that, because that's something that I'm working on now, is kind of like a business directory that we can have on our external facing site, and that will go out to other program participants.
Great, yeah, and looks like Maureen was asking that same question, so wonderful. So yes, everyone check out that link, learn more about their development work, and obviously as these resources come online, we'll make sure they're pushed out to everyone in our supplier list. Yeah,
so some examples kind of outcomes from past programs. So we have had one of the participants, he developed a training, learning and development platform that has now gone live. We had another participant, he's now expanded into having multiple businesses. His name is Ricky Regalado. If anyone knows him, he's kind of like a serial entrepreneur. But he did commercial cleaning services and kind of developed an app for scheduling at the program that's now live. Our last winner, she is working on an app for, so she does like communication coaching for leadership. So she is developing the app where she can give and provide feedback from those that submit their videos and through the app. So yeah, a lot of our participants that have gone through the program are actively implementing the product and solution that they developed during the program. So can you record the video on Zoom and submit? Yeah, that's totally fine. As long as it's in, when you submit it, as long as it's in a format that we can access.
That's awesome. Any other questions from our audience? We've got a little bit of time left, certainly, with Claire. And I think you've never heard Sean, as many of you know, leads our engagement center, which is your ultimate concierge connector to all things supplier, both corporate and B2B. And I'm sure as folks are preparing presentations for Catapult, they need any help with things like design or graphics or anything they'd like to invest in. I'm sure Sean and the team are always standing by to help make those connections through our database.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know we use that often at Capital One.
Awesome.
Yep, Capital One is our number one.
That's right.
So thank you.
Well, as we're extra respectful of everyone's time. This was a great and thorough presentation, Claire. We appreciate it. We'll make sure all these notes and of course this video are available to everyone. A reminder to everyone on the call, if you love programs like this and you want to see more opportunities to grow, the NGLCC B2B Summit is coming up in just a few weeks. We will be hosting both in-person and virtual options. Go to nglcc.org/summit or just nglcc.org and see it right at the center of our homepage. Learn more about it. We'd love to have you there. Programs like this only succeed when we have phenomenal participants like all of you. So a big thanks to you, Claire, to you, Sean, for hosting. And of course, if anyone has any questions, reach out to us anytime at webinars or info@nglcc.org. We'll be hosting many more webinar Wednesdays throughout the year ahead, but we really appreciate everyone's time and support of NGLCC and our work.
Yeah, thank you so much for having